So let's jump right in. I'd like to start by you guys telling the audience about how you look for existing games that have substantial user bases, you buy them, you take those users, and then you ram them through your network of crappy freemium games, monetizing them into poverty, one worthless virtual item at a time, and that's how you succeed, right?
Exactly. I think this panel specifically cares very much about the games they make, whether it be an ultra-casual game or whether it be a slightly deeper one. So I think the tack, and I don't want to speak for everyone, but it's slightly different than the market as a whole. So from our standpoint, we built up sort of a mass ultra-casual user base with games like Paper Toss, games like Ninjump, games like Strike Night. We had a huge amount of engagement, now north of sort of 5 million users a day. And with that large engagement, we were able to effectively cross-promote higher yield product.
Yeah, Julian's exactly right. And we were able to identify the type of game, the scope of the game, the features, the controls at the right time, in a game like Fruit Ninja. And obviously, the market in mobile changes like so rapidly. We were advantageous in that we were there at the right time with the right product, and that enabled us to build our user base.
We want to try to make the most original and unusual product that we can, and then once we've done, and obviously it can't just be original and unusual, it actually has to be fun. But once you've got that, then the idea is let's leverage our relationships with people like the folks at Apple, the folks at Google, the folks at Amazon, et cetera, get them to hopefully feature the game, which thankfully, historically, they've been willing to do, again, because we're bringing them something that they don't see every day.
Let's shift a little bit, still stay sort of in this kind of business model discussion, and let's talk a little bit about where you guys start with a creative idea and how the interchange and sort of the trade-off between monetization, game mechanics, how that works into a finished product within your studio.
You can sort of throw things against the wall, right? You've got an enormous user base. You've got a high engagement game. You can try different techniques to see which works and which doesn't.
The first and foremost question in our minds is simply, is it different? Is it fun? But beyond that, there's a few questions that we ask ourselves before we really dive in. So we say, is it going to have the kind of depth that will support real monetization and long-term retention?
All the call goes back to that episode of Mad Men where Roger Sterling says to 99 cents, that's the greatest advertising ever invented. Somebody thought of that. Somebody thought of the fuel system or the energy system. There's another innovative solution out there as well. Someone just hadn't thought of it yet. Can we do it?
Do you guys, and will you guys, innovate the way that game companies mature?
Mobile it's early days still. There's a tremendous amount of opportunity out there. You can see the evolution of games. They're getting better, they're getting bigger, they're getting more immersive. You can sort of see where it's going.
How about an ideal version of that story?
An ideal version of that story is we keep doing what we're doing for the next 50 years, and every single time the market changes, we're on top of it. Right. And we're successful in every single stage of the way. Yeah. I don't know, Nintendo used to be a playing card company, so they've evolved. Maybe one day we'll manufacture cars, I don't know. Yeah. But what I know now is, as Julian said, we're passionate about making great games. That's what we want to do. If we weren't doing that right now, then no one would want to work there.
We want to make games that make the world a better place. We want to make games that entertain people and that somehow improve people's lives, whether it's by helping them have better relationships with their friends or whatever, right? There's a bunch of different ways you could potentially do that. And that's pretty much what I'm doing day to day, because I don't know if I'm going to be around tomorrow. So yeah, if a wonderful exit happens 10 years from now, okay, fine, but for now, we don't even think twice about that. Our only question is, we have this game called Leap Day. How the hell do we make it fun enough that people want to play it? That's it.
So that's it. I really want to just give you guys my heartfelt thanks. Let's give one more round of applause for Julian Farrior, Phil Larsen, David Edery. Thanks to you for participating in this with us.
Hey, I'm Miranda Cosgrove, and you're watching ENTV.
Hi, I'm Kevin Williamson, and you're watching ENTV.
Hello, I am Jennifer Goodwin, and you are watching ENTV.